A lot goes into designing a stealth game, whether it's crafting realistic enemy AI or missions that facilitate different degrees of sneakiness. Nevertheless, the genre scratches a different itch, as defying the odds through craftiness and minimal violence can feel incredibly rewarding. Let's take a look at 15 of the best stealth titles of all time. Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. Ghost of Tsushima is many things. A great action-adventure title with stellar sword combat, a well-told story with strong characterization and memorable events. And to top it all off, the stealth is incredibly on point. Whether assassinating enemies from above, poisoning them from afar, or using smoke bombs to slit their throats at close range. While stealth helps trivialize the game as one gets further in, it helps reinforce the legend of Jin as the ghost, becoming a fiercer foe as his skills improve. Gunpoint. Gunpoint is an unorthodox title that has you playing as a freelance spy. But you're not just sneaking through buildings, tossing people and yourself through windows and one-shot killing enemies. You have the crosslink, which can rewire a building's devices in crazy ways. Lure guards to different areas, have them activate trap doors when flipping light switches, or just tackle fools off of buildings. There are many choices regardless of your approach, and they all feel fun. Dishonored. Set in Dunwall, a London-esque setting with steampunk technology suffering from the plague, players control Corvo Atano, the Empress's bodyguard who's been framed for her murder. After gaining fantastical powers through the Outsider, he embarks on a campaign for revenge while rescuing Emily, the Empress's daughter. His supernatural powers allow for all kinds of approaches, whether it's blinking short distances or summoning plague rats to devour foes. But the attention to detail in environments, incredible mission design, and ability to influence one's story based on the lethality is what makes Dishonored a true classic. Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty. Metal Gear Solid masterfully translated the 2D stealth action of its predecessors into the 3D space. But it was Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty that honed and refined it. Along with more imaginative scenarios and a complex story about the wonders and horrors of the digital age, the sequel offered significantly better AI. Guards would investigate strange noises and check in with each other. Strike teams could be called in and possess body armor and shields. Of course, thanks to the improved cover system, Sons of Liberty felt more tactical without being unfair. Thief 2: The Metal Age. Thief was extremely underrated back in the day, but is regarded as one of the best stealth titles ever. Thief 2: The Metal Age is even better, with Looking Glass Studios focusing more on stealth and multiple methods of thieving. This time around, protagonist Garrett had to deal with automatons and surveillance cameras along with human foes. Fortunately, he has his mechanical eye for scouting the 15 new and massive levels, and the stellar sound design made it easier to listen for sounds. Looking Glass Studios would shut down just 2 months after it was released, but with Thief 2, its run ended on an incredibly high note. Volume. Combining the mechanics of Metal Gear Solid in a totalitarian future setting, Volume is a stylishly stealthy affair. There are 100 levels to tackle, and since you can't kill enemies, it boils down to analyzing patterns and timing your movement perfectly. It's a bit arcadey but also pretty deep, especially as more tools become available, and a level editor provides a wealth of additional content to challenge. Little Nightmares 2. Praised for its atmosphere, visuals, and world building, Little Nightmares 2 is also a very compelling stealth game. Many sequences involve sneaking by the monstrous-looking adults and other creatures lest you suffer the consequences. The otherworldly nature of the Pell City and not knowing what awaits around the next corner only adds to the tension as you're genuinely concerned for the well-being of Six and Mono. Amnesia: The Dark Descent. If Little Nightmares 2 is unsettling, then Amnesia: The Dark Descent is downright trauma-inducing with its stealth. As Daniel, you explore the castle of Brandenburg, struggling to regain your memories. When the shadow first appears and you have no means of fighting back, it becomes a tense struggle for sanity, both Daniel's and your own, as you hide in dark corners and closets to avoid death. Staying in the dark for too long will lower one's sanity though, which causes hallucinations and higher chances of being discovered. This back and forth between hiding, desperately locking and barricading doors, and managing one's sanity against the terrifying unknown makes Amnesia a superb stealth experience. Manhunt. Following the successful release of Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City, Rockstar Games went in a different direction with its next game, Manhunt. It focused on death row prisoner Earl Cash as he participated in some less than wholesome home movies, oftentimes against overwhelming odds. Stealth was thus paramount as one navigated the shadows and executed enemies. However, you can be as quick or as brutal as you want, since that influences end-of-level scoring. Firearms do factor in at some points, but it's all about the stealth and executions, which were worryingly on point. Shadow Tactics: Blades of the Shogun. Inspired by Desperados and Commandos, Shadow Tactics: Blades of the Shogun is a squad-based title where players must covertly fulfill objectives. Levels are large and sprawling, offering several opportunities and methods for assassinating targets. Each character has their own unique kit, whether it's Aiko and her disguises, Yuki's traps, or Takuma's scoped rifle. Combining their different abilities and shoring up weaknesses along with creatively coordinating their strengths is important. With intelligent AI and stellar mission design, Shadow Tactics remains an essential game for modern stealth fans. Deus Ex: Human Revolution Director's Cut. Like the classic titles, Deus Ex: Human Revolution is an immersive sim at heart, affording different playstyles including stealth. Utilizing and moving between cover to stay hidden made all the easier thanks to the third-person camera is key, and there are options for both lethal and non-lethal takedowns. Several missions felt more rewarding this way, though the director's cut is required for stealth-oriented players to succeed against bosses. Sniper Elite 5. While the Sniper Elite series has always been squarely focused on sniping, its stealth mechanics can't be understated. Sniper Elite 5 is the most improved in this degree, and even with the freedom to go guns blazing, there are plenty of opportunities to assassinate foes undetected. Weapons have audible range stats, letting you know just how far shots can carry. Different objectives in the environment can mask one sound, and enemies can be ghosted or taken down depending on the need, all in the name of lining up that one perfect kill. Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell is one of the most influential stealth games in the genre, standing alongside Metal Gear Solid back in the day. Like Thief, the first Splinter Cell featured an indicator for how well hidden the player was. However, it also provided night vision goggles for seeing in the dark, and Sam Fisher was capable of several unique maneuvers, from interrogating foes to using them as human shields. It was also cool to mantle on edges and other surfaces, the latter possible by split jumping. Though especially punishing compared to later entries, Splinter Cell offered some incredible missions and pushed players to learn enemy patterns and master their sneaking. Mark of the Ninja Remastered. A sleek 2D platformer about sticking to the shadows and slaying foes in one hit, Mark of the Ninja was all about making you feel like an assassin. Enemies can't be seen without line of sight, and the player must track their location via sound. They'll investigate odd sounds and pursue you, while any alarms reduce the overall score. Of course, along with stealth insta-kills, one can instill fear into their enemies and cause chaos, besides taking out light sources and avoiding detection altogether. The remastered version provides improved visuals and remastered cinematics, making the stealth that much sleeker. Desperados 3. Following the success of Shadow Tactics, it only made sense that its developer, Me Games, would work on the next Desperados. As a prequel to the first game, Desperados 3 also features a cast with unique abilities that one must exploit to complete missions, though there's an air of levity that feels refreshing. Knowing enemy patterns and level layouts is a given, but the game also features Showdown mode for temporarily stopping time, queuing squad actions, and executing them simultaneously. Once again, the missions are expertly designed, whether it's defending a location from foes or blowing up a bridge, and there's plenty of room to experiment thanks to the seamless quick save and quick load.
That's all for now. If you enjoy what you saw, please hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, now is a great time to subscribe. We upload brand new videos every single day. After subscribing, don't forget to enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time, right here on Gaming Bolt.